Watching Kai Greene's leg workout, you would get confused and start asking a lot of questions. Why is he doing this? What's the next exercise? Is there a logic to what he's doing? It's normal to have these questions when you have such an amazing lower body and you're doing a workout that contradicts 99% of what other top lifters are doing and recommending. When most bodybuilders want to improve an area, they seek advice, hire a coach, flip through books or magazines, or consult an experienced friend. Kai did the opposite. He looked at himself carefully and critically and decided which part of his legs needed improvement. Then he built a program that put his weaknesses first and his strengths last. Before working on his legs, Kai Greene would do 30 to 60 minutes of cardio on a stair climbing machine called Stairs Master, followed by 15 minutes of abdominal training. When asked if such a start did not diminish his strength, he replied, "This warm-up puts me in the right frame of mind and perfect focus. I am more alert, more aware, and the neurological connections are sharpened. The fact that it increases blood circulation and reduces the risk of injury is a plus. Also, as a big and heavy athlete, starting the training with abdominal work gives me the core control I can carry to the podium." The workout started with a standing single-leg curl. Kai Greene was a master of visualization. With each rep of this movement, he would imagine standing on the podium and squeezing his back legs while doing double biceps or lat spread poses from behind. He would do 4 sets of 15 reps with the glutes and spinal erector muscles acting as stabilizers and no cheats. The second exercise was the lying leg curl, in which he lifted his lower body off the bench in the positive part of each repetition, trying to achieve a deeper and harder contraction. When he did this, he imagined that his back leg muscles were piano strings. Kai said that when he was able to maintain this thought, he was sure that it was his back leg muscles that were moving the weight. He did 4 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions of the lying leg curl. He took the seated leg curl out of his program. The third exercise was the stiff leg deadlift. In this movement, he used a special stance where he turned his toes inward, and at the end of each repetition, he tried to turn them outward. Of course, this wasn't possible, but the exertion was enough to heighten the sensation in the muscles of the back leg. Kai practiced this exercise for 4 hours of 15 to 20 repetitions, often with only 2 20-pound plates on the bar. Of course, he had lifted much more in the past, but he realized that this was not only dangerous, but also not very efficient for muscle development.
Next up was the walking lunge, which served as a transition from the back leg part of the workout to the front leg part. If there wasn't enough open space in the gym, he would take the bar and go out to the parking lot like Ronnie Coleman. For this exercise to be effective, the distance had to be long, so he would do 3 sets of 35 to 40 meters each set. For Kai Greene, it wasn't about getting from point A to point B, it was about making his legs bigger. On each repetition, he carefully placed the heel of his front foot, sat down until the knee of his back leg touched the floor, then slowly pushed himself up. Exercise 5 was the leg extension, which isolates the front legs. The magic number of repetitions on the leg extension, which he did 4 sets of, was 20. And what was remarkable was that even though the weight kept increasing, each set seemed as smooth and fluid as the last. When asked why 20 repetitions, Kai Greene replied, "I can generate tremendous power in sets of 20 repetitions, and I get very good efficiency when I go to exhaustion in this number of repetitions. 20 repetitions feel very natural to me, and I have a much better connection with my quadriceps muscles." Almost 3 hours into the gym, counting cardio and core training, and Kai Greene was ready to squat. Like many bodybuilders, he had spent years training with heavy squats, followed by leg presses and leg extensions, with the back leg treated like a stepchild. This sequence was reflected in the way he looked on the podium, which is why there are so many lifters who have huge quadriceps but lack the details that make up a complete lower body. Kai wasn't after perfect quadriceps, he was after perfect legs. With years of experience, he had learned to use his front legs, which were his strong point, as well as his back legs and hips when squatting. His form was almost perfect, Instead of just going up and down, he tried to feel every centimeter of the movement. He would do 4 sets of 20 to 12 repetitions and usually never weighed more than 143 kilos. The seventh and last exercise is leg press. Just like the squat, the goal was to work not only the quadriceps, but also the back leg and glutes. That's why he placed his feet at the top of the platform, keeping the distance between his feet wide. Turning his toes outward allowed him to increase his range of motion because that way his knees didn't hit his body when he lowered the weight. Kai Green saw the leg press, which many bodybuilders overload with plates and turn into a show, as the finishing touch to leg training, doing 4 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions. Kai Green, who did many things that contradicted conventional training wisdom, was one of the most important proofs that the way to success was to listen to your body. He had a connection with his body that many of his colleagues could only dream of. When he trained, he was always looking for a sensation, and when he got it, he would move on to the next exercise. Eyes from afar could only see plates, machines, sets, and reps. Only those who looked closely could understand that Kai Green was trying to create a masterpiece. The third part of the Superstar series ends here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We will see you again in the next episode.